First up the bat, number 22, Austin Bergens.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another version of Dixie Youth Baseball here for the Machine Pitch State Tournament. Here we got a matchup between Fort Meade and Liberty County. Number 22, Austin Bergens, will start things off for Fort Meade in the box. Watches that one go by. Bergens, another pitch goes by once again. Fort Meade taking their at-bats first as the visiting team. Austin Bergens in the box first. Aaron Pattillo, as well as Bergens, swings and misses at the first at his first swing. Zion Thomas, TJ Lucas, and Caleb Hermelbrot will take the 3, 4, and 5 spots. Jacob Mendoza in the 6, Ryder Cochrane in the 7, Edwin Rodriguez in the 8 spot, Robert Betancourt in the 9 spot, and Jay Cortez, Jim Bean, and Xavier Swain are your final 3 spots in the batting order. Austin Bergens still in the spot, waiting on another pitch. Umpire discussing with one of the coaches for Fort Meade, possibly about the pitching machine. Seems like machine pitching a little high. Maybe is the discussion, as Austin seemed to have lost track of the amount of pitches there, and that is it for Bergens. That's going to be a strikeout for the Fort Meade shortstop. Up to bat now is going to be Aaron Pattillo, number 7. Watches the first pitch go by. Right-handed batter for Fort Meade, playing first base today. Number 7 stands in, bat high up in the air. Swings and misses at that one. Caden Hill on the mound, helping with the machine today for Liberty County, as Pattillo fouls that one back in behind home plate. 2 strikes on first baseman now for Fort Meade. Ball dropped into the machine. Pattillo fouls another one off behind home plate. He's going to wait for another pitch. Pattillo now stands in, awaits the next pitch. He sends a line drive out into left center field. That one's going to be fielded, but it's going to drop for a base hit, so we're going to have our first base runner of the game. Aaron Pattillo stands on first base safely with the single. Up to bat now. It's going to be number 10, Zion Thomas.
Up to bat, number 10, Zion Thomas.
And standing on second now is Pattillo, a errant throw from the Liberty County players, and Pattillo takes advantage of that. He stands on second base as Zion Thomas stands in the box now. Thomas in the box, squares to bunt, tries to lay down, he goes, but the ball gets past the Liberty County catcher, and sliding in safely to third base is Aaron Pattillo, so he is 60 feet away from scoring the first run of the game. Still only 1 out here in the top of the first. Liberty County coming off a 13-0 defeat against Franklin in the game before. And that's going to be a foul tip off the bat of Zion Thomas. And it looks like catcher Case Colley got knocked in the helmet on that foul ball, maybe making some adjustments. Coach checking out. See if there's any cuts. Seems A-OK, and Colley will return right behind home plate as Thomas will step back into the batter's box. Runner on third base for Fort Meade. Only 1 out here in the top of the first. Beautiful day here in Sebring, as Thomas swings and misses at that one. Caden Hill comes out to get the ball from catcher Case Lawley, excuse me. As a pitch from the machine, delivered to Thomas. He delivers a slow dribbler out to the mound. Hill tries to get the runner at home, but Pattillo slides in safely. And on that play, Thomas is going to go to second. He's going to round second, go for third. Valiant move, and he gets into third safely, and he's going to be waved home on the drop from third baseman, and he's going to get in safe. An infield inside the park home run for Zion Thomas, and it's a 2-0 lead for Fort Meade here early in the top of the first.
Now up to bat, number 1, TJ Lucas.
Zion Thomas responsible for the 2 runs here in the top of the first so far. Up to bat now, TJ Lucas in the cleanup spot for Fort Meade. Playing right center field today. Awaits the pitch. Big swing and a miss there from Lucas. As Caden Hill brings the ball back to the Fort Meade coach out there. Ball in the machine. It's delivered. Lucas fouls one up and out of play off the roof of the bleachers. Down the first base line. On top of the Liberty County bleachers. Lucas sends a skying pop-up over in the infield. Over to retrieve it is Hill. Calls off his first baseman, and he can't make the catch. TJ Lucas stands on first base now.
Off the bat, number 5, Caleb Hermel.
Up to bat now, number 5, Caleb Hermelbrock. Steps into the batter's box, right-handed bat for Fort Meade. Watches the first pitch go by. Running to second is TJ Lucas. He's going to get in safely. Takes the ball off the side of his hip. As that throw came in, TJ Lucas will be safe at second. And Caleb Hermelbrock will stand in another infield meeting between Liberty County, as all players are meeting with manager for Liberty County. Meeting is adjourned, and we get ready to go back underway here as players return to their spots in the infield. TJ Lucas stands on second. Caleb Hermelbrock in the batter's box for Fort Meade. Fans, remember that phone number on the screen is for shout-outs. You're listening today. Go ahead and text that number, 772-224-5731. Give any shout-out you'd like. Team, players, whole league, as a matter of fact. If you'd like, go ahead and send in those shout-outs to 772-224-5731. We'll announce them here on air. Hear your message on the live stream as Caleb Hermelbrock swings and misses at that one. TJ Lucas will advance to third, though, on the pass ball. Still only one out here for Fort Meade. Hermelbrock now squares to bunt and fouls it off down the third base line. Hermelbrock now on his fifth pitch must make contact with every pitch that he sees from now on until it goes fair or he misses. We got a timeout now on the field between the umpires. And after further discussion, Hermelbrock will be called out after it was a bunt on his second strike. That appears to be the call. And that is the call. So Hermelbrock strikes out After attempting to bunt on the second strike, we're going to see Jacob Mendoza now step into the batter's box for Fort Meade. TJ Lucas still stands on third base. 2-0 lead here early in the top of the first for Fort Meade. Mendoza watches that first pitch go by into the glove of Case Lawley. Hill gets the ball back to the machine. Machine winds up and delivers. Mendoza sends a foul ball down the right field line. Over and out of play and drops harmlessly near one of the trees out there over near the fans. As the ball is ready once again, Mendoza this time sends a screaming liner into the net down the right field line. So 2 straight foul balls for Mendoza. As he steps in once again, ready to go. TJ Lucas still on third base. 2-0 lead for Fort Meade here in the top of the first. 2 outs. Mendoza puts one in play in the hole to right field. And that's going to be a base hit for Mendoza, and that's going to score the third run of the game, third run of the inning as well for Fort Meade here in the top of the first. Runner on first base now with Ryder Cochrane stepping into the batter's box now. Catcher for Fort Meade in his first at-bat of the game so far, and running to second. And trying to get out of the way was the coach for Fort Meade, as Mendoza was running to second. Mendoza will get the free bag despite the ball hitting the coach out in the middle. Ball comes in now, Cochrane sends a ball up the middle. That gets past the infield. Rounding third, coming home is going to be Mendoza, and he's going to get in safely. And that's going to be an RBI single for Ryder. Fort Meade catcher delivers at 4 runs in the inning so far for Fort Meade. Up to bat now is going to be Edwin Rodriguez. First pitch he watches go by, and running to second is going to be number 16, Ryder. And he gets in safely. He's at second base now in scoring position. Another one for Fort Meade, as they currently hold a 4-0 lead. Swing and a miss there from Rodriguez. Rodriguez stands in the box now. Fouls another pitch off into the backstop behind home plate. He's got 2 strikes on him now. Trying to keep the inning going for Fort Meade here in the top of the first. Machine winds up and delivers. And Rodriguez goes down swinging, strike 3. And that'll be it for Fort Meade here in the top of the first. Liberty will take their at-bats now. But it's not before Fort Meade can reach out to a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Now Liberty will take their at-bats. We just wanted to let you know that we don't want you to forget to like JockJive on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We're trying to reach 10,000 Facebook likes and 1,000 Twitter followers this summer and need your help to get there. And when you like us on Facebook, we keep you updated on scores, schedules, game status, and so much more. So go to JockJive.com and follow the shortcut to all the social media, or simply put JockJive Sports in the search engine of Facebook or at JockJive on Twitter. Again, that Twitter handle is at JockJive, JockJive. Once again, I am Justin Allum here above the press box, above JC Field number 2 in Sebring, Florida, here for the B Division Machine Pitch State Tournament for the Dixie Youth Baseball. We're here out in Sebring, Florida, bringing you the action here at JockJive.com. We appreciate all of your guys' support And we hope you're enjoying the broadcast so far today. In this game so far, right here on JC Field, Fort Meade has jumped out to a 4-0 lead against Liberty County. Leading off for Liberty County, we'll see a similar lineup that we saw to the last game against Franklin. Caden Hill will lead off, followed by Jason Neal, Grayson Horton, and Thane Duggar will be the cleanup hitter, followed by Reed Grantham, Jensen Lee, and Johnny Ray. George Falk will take the 8 spot. Case Colley will be the 9 spot. Ashton Kever, Nathan Phillips, and Lucas Sykes will be the last 3 batters in the Liberty County lineup. So, getting ready to get underway here. Just a few moments. Waiting on the Fort Meade catcher, Ryder Cochran, who was base running out earlier in the top of the first. Had to get ready in the catcher gear. Taking a few warm-up pitches. Here in the bottom of the first, Fort Meade holds a 4-0 lead. We just want to let you know that if you need a sports fix 24/7, whether live or archived, you can get it on JockJive.com. We have multiple channels with multiple sporting events and shows from practically every level of competition. There's the ACCC, GCAA, Georgia Military Channel, DYB, Dixie Baseball, Georgia Highland Softball channels, and so much more. JockJive.com is there for those with the sports appetite that they need to feed. Up to bat now, Caden Hill fouls the first pitch he sees off into the backstop. And wait for another pitch. He swings and misses at that one. That's going to be strike number 2. Zion Thomas out on the mound for Fort Meade today. Playing the pitcher's spot. Caden Hill puts one in play, but that one is just out of reach of anybody on the Fort Meade squad. He'll see another pitch coming. 4th pitch of the at-bat. Caden Hill now in the box, right-handed batter for Liberty. We've got timeout on the field. Behind the plate, Ryder adjusting his leg protection. As the ball is delivered to Caden Hill, he puts that one into play. And that one drops out right in between third base and the pitcher. And no one can get to it, and Caden Hill will lead off with a single for Liberty. He stands on first base safely. Up to bat now, it's going to be Jason Neal, playing shortstop today for Liberty County. Steps in. That's going to be a shallow pop over. It's going to be a shallow pop over Hermelbrock's head. And that's going to be another base hit for Liberty. So we got 2 on now, no outs. For the Liberty squad, Neal with the base hit. Up to bat now, it's going to be number 18, Grayson Horton, playing third base today for Liberty. He steps in. Watches the first pitch go by. Has taken the bag, or attempting to, and off the bag. A misplay. Caden Hill overran the bag and ran into the fence. And he was tagged out by Hermelbrot. The third baseman heads up play there. Swing and a miss there from Horton. As the ball goes back to the machine, Liberty County puts it back in. Horton, hard line drive up the middle, base hit, and that's going to get past everybody, past 4 Fort Meade players. Rounding third, coming home is Neal, and he's going to get in there. Ball gets away from Hermelbrot at third base. And going into third base safely is going to be Grayson Horton, and he delivers. And that is a run for Liberty County. 4-0 lead cut to 4-1. And Grayson Horton now Stands in. Team meeting now this time for Fort Meade out in the middle of the infield. Manager Kim Bergens talking to her players out there as Fort Meade's lead cut to 3 off of the triple from Grayson Horton. Up to bat now, Thane Duggar. Zion Thomas comes off mound. The runner on third, playing cautious. Trying not to score these runs for Liberty. Ball comes in for Duggar. He puts it in play. Hermelbrot gets the pop out. Tries to tag Grayson Horton on third, but he was safely on the base path, or safely on the base. And with that, Reed Grantham, number 38 for Liberty, will step into the batter's box, playing second base today. Horton still on third base. 2 outs, though. Grantham late swing and a miss on that one. It's going to be strike 1. Zion Thomas making the run down to home plate. Getting time called on the play. Grantham now winds up. Takes a big swing and fouls that one off the bottom of his bat. And it's going to be 2 strikes on Grantham. Grantham now stands in. 2 strikes on him already. He delivers, though. Ground ball over to shortstop. Making the throw is Bergens. He makes a strong throw and gets the third out of the inning over to his first baseman, Aaron Pattillo. Good 6-3 put out there to end the inning for Liberty, and that'll do it. Not before they can score 1 run, though. They cut the deficit down to 3, a 4-1 lead for Fort Meade going into the top of the second. Up to bat, we're going to see Edwin Rodriguez, Robert Betancourt, and Jay Cortez. Folks, if you want your very own DVD of any game broadcast during this year's Florida Dixie Youth Baseball AA Machine Pitch State Tournament, simply email info@jockjive.com and we'll get the process started. DVDs are only $10 per game plus shipping and handling. Again, that email is info@jockjive.com. As we get ready to get over here in the top of the second, leading off for Fort Meade, it's going to be number 8, Robert Betancourt, followed by number 3, Jay Cortez, and Jim Beam, number 14. On the squad for Fort Meade. Meade currently holding a 4-1 lead over Liberty County right now. As stepping into the batter's box is going to be Robert Betancourt. First pitch to Betancourt. He swings and takes it out into the infield. Pops over near second base, and that's going to fall in no time for anybody to make a play on that one. It's going to be a base hit for Betancourt. He leads things off for Fort Meade here in the top of the second. Up to bat now, number 3, Jay Cortez. Will step into the box. He squares to bunt and delivers a beauty over Hill, trying to make the play off the pitcher's mound. Throws over to first, and that ball gets away. Betancourt coming down to third base. Leading off home, he's going to try and make the dash. Slides in, and he is safe. The ball is dropped by Lawley at the catcher. And standing on third base is Jay Cortez. Delivers a beautiful bunt. Caught Liberty off guard. It's going to be a 5-1 lead for Fort Meade. As up to bat now, it's going to be number 14, Jimmy Beam. As he steps in, Jake Cortez stands on third base. Swing and a big miss there from Jimmy Beam. As he stands in, Jake Cortez stands on third base. 5-1 lead for Fort Meade here in the top of the second. No outs so far in this inning. Beam now stands in the box. Swings and misses. That's another strike. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Jimmy Beam goes down on strikes. That's going to be the first out of the inning. Up to bat now, Xavier Swain, bottom part of the lineup for Fort Meade, will take his at bat. Left-handed bat for Fort Meade will dig in. Wind up and the delivery from the machine. Swain tried to bunt on that one, and he went around, so it's going to be one strike on number 21. Swain now tries to lay down a bunt. This time it's fouled off into the backstop off the top of his bat. So Swain, 2 strikes on him already in his at-bat so far. Fort Meade holding a 5-1 lead here in the top of the second. Only 1 out. Runner on third. Swain just watches that one go by. Pitch number 4 in the at-bat coming up. As Caden Hill brings the ball back to the machine. Swain puts one in play, and that's going to be caught by Grayson Horton over at third base. Slips over on the clay, but still makes the play. Good play there by Horton, and he gets Swain to pop out. Coming up to bat now, top of the order, Austin Bergens. Steps into the batter's box, struck out looking in his last at-bat. Doesn't like the first pitch he sees from the machine. Cortez creeping down the line. Hill running Cortez back. And he'll retreat back to the mound and keep Cortez on the bag. Bergens now in the box. Awaits the next pitch. Second pitch comes. He doesn't like that one either. Cortez creeps off the bag a little more. Lawley as the catcher. Hill gets the ball after briefly dropping it, runs Cortez back to the bag, and he'll retreat safely. So 2 pitches, 2 looks from Bergens in the box. He'll look for something better from pitch number 3. Watches it go by, and this one gets away from Lawley, the catcher. Cortez is going to run into home. He's going to get in there safely. Very hesitant on the running there from Cortez, but still somehow managed to score on that play. And he gives Fort Meade a 6-1 lead here in the top of the second. No runners on for Austin Bergens. As he stands in, 4th pitch of the at-bat, has not taken a swing at one of them. And he watches that one, still doesn't like what he sees. 5th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Just looking for something to hit. Seems a little frustrated at the plate. Looks as if a lot of these pitches have been low. He's going to foul that one off into the backstop. Caden Hill retrieves the ball now and brings it back over to the Fort Meade coach. Drops in the machine. Here it comes. Bergens pops one up into the infield, and Horton drops that one, and it goes out into the outfield. Bergens takes a big round of first, but he will stay there as the ball gets back to the pitcher, and Bergens Stands on first base for the first time today as Aaron Pattillo stands in the box. Had a single in his at-bat earlier. Watches that one go by as Bergens is going to try and attempt to steal second. And he's going to do so. He's going to run in to the leg of the shortstop. That was Jason Neal out there at shortstop. Bergens gets up all A-OK. Now stands in scoring position for Aaron Pattillo. He's going to offer and foul tip this one off of home plate. Dead ball now as Liberty brings the ball back to the mound. Ball comes in now. Pattillo, ground ball over to the shortstop. Neal retrieves it on the hop throw. Not in time, and that ball gets away from the first baseman. Coming in to score is Bergens, and getting into second is Aaron Pattillo. And that is another run for Fort Meade.
Off the bat, number 10, Zion Thomas.
7-1 lead now for Fort Meade here in the top of the second. Zion Thomas now taking his second at bat. He squares the bunt and pulls back. Running for third is Aaron Pattillo, and no one there to cover. He's going to swipe it easily. And he's standing on third, just 60 feet away from the 8th run of the game for Fort Meade. As Thomas, deep in the batter's box, stands in. Swing and a miss at that one. Coming home, though, and retreating back to third base is Aaron Pattillo. Caden Hill brings the ball back to the mound. Zion Thomas now with a swing. Third pitch of the at-bat. He swings, hits a ground ball over to Neal. Another opportunity, delivers over and in time. Out number 3 for Liberty. Zion Thomas goes down with a 6-3 putout. If that's not before they can get 3 runs on the board in this inning. 7-0 lead, or 7-1 lead for Fort Meade going in to the bottom of the second. As we get ready to go here, Liberty try and bounce back, get some runs back. In order to do that, they're going to have to get some offense from Jensen Lee, Johnny Ray, and George Falk, the 3 batters that will take their spot in the box in this inning. Case Colley in the 4 spot. Ashton Kever, Nathan Phillips, and Lucas Sykes will round out the lineup and reset to the top of the order when the time comes. Folks, it may come as a surprise to you how affordable it is to have JockJive Sports provide coverage of your sporting event or sport team with quality streaming, offering a national and international platform to show off your school or sport. We produce everything from youth sports to the NCAA Division I. From every part of this country, large productions or small, tiny venues or huge, we can and have done them all. To put JockJive Sports to work for you, email info@jockjive.com. Folks, again, send in those shout-outs. Number on the screen, 772-224-5731. Text those shout-outs to that number. Get heard on air. Get your message in. As the first pitch to Jensen Lee.
The bat, number 30, Jensen Lee.
Watches that one go by. Second pitch of the at-bat. Wind up in the delivery from the machine. Lee chops that one and sends it down the third base line. Just foul, though. Jensen Lee now ready to go. Swing and a miss. That's going to be another strike. Jensen Lee now awaits the next pitch. He sends that one in play and gets that one over the head of the first baseman and into right field. And he's going to round first and go for second. He's going to get in there safely. Ball gets away from the shortstop. Hermel brought there to retrieve the ball, though. Keep Jensen Lee at second base, but no out double for Lee. And he'll stand on second safely, represent the second run of the game for Liberty if they can drive him in. See if Johnny Ray can do just that. Number 4 playing left field. First pitch he sees, sends that one up and out of play down the third base line into the bushes over there. Ray seeing his first action at the plate so far today. He sends that one into left field. That one's going to drop for a base hit. And that one gets away from the outfielder for Fort Meade. Ball coming in way offline, and that'll be the second run of the game for Liberty. Rounding second, going to third is Johnny Ray, and he delivers with an RBI triple. And that's going to be run number 2 for Liberty here in this ball game. George Falk now will take his chance in the batter's box. Seven to 2 lead now for Fort Meade, only up by 5. As George Falk swings and misses at that one. Zion Thomas now comes out, gets the usual routine, and calls timeout. Gets the ball back over to the Liberty coach manning the machine. Falk is ready in the machine windup and the delivery. Falk swings and misses at that one again. That is strike number 2. Thomas comes out again, calls time, and runs back to the mound. Nice little workout there from Thomas. Windup in the pitch. Falk swings and misses at that one. That's strike 3. And that's the first out of the inning. Coming up to bat now, it's going to be Case Lawley. Catcher for Liberty. Stands in the box, left-handed batter.
Number 6, Case Lawley.
Wind up in the delivery from the machine. Tries to bunt that one, can't put it down though. It's going to be another strike. That's going to be a first strike on Case Lawley. Lawley now, this time lays down the bunt, gets it. Hermelbrot throws over to first, not in time. Runner coming home is Ray, and he's going to score and gets in there. That's a 7-3 lead now. As Ray comes in to score on that one. Hermelbrot thought he had to play it first, tried to make the throw. And when he didn't, Johnny Ray came in to score and cut the lead to 7-3. Ashton Kever now. Or Ashton Kever, excuse me. As the ball is thrown to Thomas out at the mound. Time called out by the Fort Meade shortstop. Austin Bergens playing that role. As Ashton Kever stands in. Awaits the next pitch. And he delivers a bunt down the third base line. And this one is going to stay fair. Umpire's going to call that one fair. That one was leading down the line. Ryder Cochrane tried to sell that, but that is a no-go, and Kever will stand on first with the bunt single. Up to bat now, Nathan Phillips. Still only one out. Runners on first and second as Phillips stands in. Machine is ready, winds up and delivers. That one's popped into play. Thomas takes his helmet off and makes the play. Runs his runners back to their bases and calls time. Goes to retrieve his helmet. Good play there from Zion Thomas. He gets Phillips to pop out.
14, Lucas Sykes.
2 outs now, Lucas Sykes. Now steps in the batter's box. First pitch from the machine, Sykes watches go by. Runners still on first and second. Fort Meade holding a 7-3 lead in this ball game. Thomas takes the helmet off, watches that one go out of play. That's going to be a strike for Lucas Sykes. Runners on first and second for Liberty here. Trying to chip away at the lead that Fort Meade holds. 4-run lead here in the bottom of the second. Machine winds up and delivers. That's another one out of play. Over near the seats on the other field. Going to have 2 strikes now for Lucas Sykes. Playing left center field today for Liberty. Liberty places the ball in the machine. Wind up and the delivery. That's going to be a swinging strike 3 for Lucas Sykes. And that'll end the inning. But Liberty scores 2 of their own here in the bottom of the second. And Fort Meade will try and answer back going into the top of the third. Holding a 7-3 lead here.
Now batting, number 1, TJ Lucas.
I got Duggar for Phillips.
Oh my God!
Kever for Falk.
Now up the bat, number 1, TJ Lucas.
Up to bat now, it's going to be for Fort Meade. We're going to see TJ Lucas take his second at bat. Watches the first pitch go by. Top of the third, no outs. Lucas leading off for Fort Meade as he stands in. Second pitch is wound up and delivered. Lucas sends a chopper over to Neal at shortstop. Throw over to first, not in time. It gets away from the first baseman. And running to second is Lucas. He's going to get in there safely on the throw. He gets there. As Caleb Hermelbrot will step into the box now for Fort Meade. 7-3 lead here. No outs. Runner on second now for the third baseman. Squares to bunt and lays it down the third base line. That's going to be a fair ball. Horton off third base to try and make the play. And it gets away from him. And TJ Lucas will come in to score. He'll slide safely. Hermelbrot rounding second now, coming to third as the ball just comes into the infield. And Hermelbrot will be in third base on a bunt down the third base line. 8-3 now. No outs here for Fort Meade.
Jacob Mendoza.
What the? No. Line drive, base hit by number 9, Jacob Mendoza, out into right field. That's going to score Hermelbrock from third with ease. It's going to be a 9-3 lead. Jacob Mendoza stands on first base safely after the single. Ryder Cochrane will stand in the box. Watch the first pitch go by. Lawley sending the ball down to second base. Not in time, though. Jacob Mendoza steals second. Another runner in scoring position for Fort Meade. Still no outs here in the inning so far. Fort Meade 9-3 lead. Cochrane steps out of the box. Lawley sends the ball down to third base. Horton keeps it from going out into the outfield, and that keeps Mendoza at second base. Cochrane now awaits the next pitch. Swings and chops that one down the third base side. Barehanded by Hill. He's going to send that one over to first, and it's going to be dropped by the first baseman. Safe, and Mendoza coming around third, coming home, slides in safely. Cochrane now goes into second on the play. And that's going to be a 10-3 lead for Fort Meade. Excuse my awful rhymes on these, not meaning to. But you know what? Keeping the broadcast fresh with these dope rhymes as we keep it going. Edwin Rodriguez steps into the box, now watches the first pitch go by. Cochrane on second. Fort Meade coach now with the ball is ready, winds up and delivers in the machine. That's going to be a swing and a miss there from Rodriguez. And the ball gets away from Hill, and Ryder Cochrane will take third on the play. He's now 60 feet away. Wind up in the pitch from the machine. Swing and a miss there from Rodriguez once again. 2 strikes now on number 26. Standing in the box, Cochrane retreats back to third base after the pump fake from Hill. Wind up and the delivery now from the machine. And Rodriguez fouls it off in the batter's box. He'll stay alive on the play. Cochrane 60 feet away from home. He'd be the 11th run of the game for Fort Meade. Still no outs here in the top of the third. Machine winds up and delivers, and that is strike 3 from Rodriguez. That is the first out of the inning. Hill chases Cochrane back down the third base side. Up to bat now for Fort Meade, number 8, Robert Betancourt. Swings and misses at that offering. Hill comes out. Staring down Cochrane to third base. Cochrane dancing a little bit with Hill. Gets it back to the Fort Meade coach. And Cochrane stands on third base. That's another swing and a miss there from Betancourt. Cochrane doing a little jig over there on third base, trying to tempt Hill to throw the ball down there. As Betancourt stands in, trying to knock him in. He puts that one in play, and that'll do the job as Neal in the hole tries to throw down to first. Not in time. And Betancourt rounding first, heading for second. And he gets there safely. Drives in Cochrane and stands on second himself.
Now up to bat, number 3, Jay Cortez.
11-3 lead now for Fort Meade. Jake Cortez will step at the plate. Tries to bunt and fouls that one off into the backstop. Jay Cortez is waiting the second pitch, and he swings at that one. Taking third base now is Betancourt. He slides in safely. Horton traps that one in the clay to keep Betancourt staying at third. Next pitch from the machine. Cortez fouls that one off. Down right in front of the Fort Meade fans. Jimmy Beam throws that one over to Caden Hill as the pitcher brings that one back to the coach man in the machine. Machine has given up 11 runs so far to Fort Meade. And Cortez sends a dribbler down the third base side. Horton comes off, overthrows the first baseman. That gets away. Betancourt will score on the play, and Cortez will come into second. He rounds second, leads off, and he'll slowly walk back as Hill watches him go back. Betancourt scores on the wild throw. And on second base is Jay Cortez. Throw down to third base. And Horton thought he got the tag on him on the ground, and Cortez moves to third now on the play. Jimmy Beam now in the box. Swings and misses at that one. Lawley can't find the ball directly under him. Gets the ball back to Hill, though, as Cortez stands on third base still. Jimmy Beam ready now. Swings and misses. And coming in to score, it's going to be number 3, Jay Cortez. And that's going to be out number 2 as Jimmy Beam strikes out for the second time today. But it's going to be another run for Fort Meade here in the top of the third. 6th run of the inning as Xavier Swain will step into the box. As we have a coaches meeting between his infield. And we'll see a switch. Caden Hill will go out into left field. We're going to see. It looks as if Johnny Ray will come in from left field. He'll play the pitcher position today. As Xavier Swain steps in the box. Nobody on for number 21. Swain is ready. He'll watch first pitch go by. Ray gets the ball back. Ball in the machine. Second pitch, Swain swings and misses. First strike for number 21. Big roar of thunder just in the distance. And we're going to have a stoppage of play here after the roar of thunder, and it appears that we may have a delay in game. Activity up here in the press box, trying to bring as much information as I can. Some thunder off in the distance, no lightning though, as our game over here between Fort Meade and Liberty County has been stopped by the coaches themselves. Officially has not been stopped. And it looks like we will officially go into a weather delay here in Sebring, Florida, with thunder off in the distance. We'll bring you back action as soon as possible, but until then, we're going to take a break, pause the broadcast. So I'm Justin Allen once again for JockJive. We appreciate you listening. We will post on Facebook as soon as we get back into action. Keep up to date on our Facebook and Twitter pages. We'll let you know when we get back. Until then, bye for now.